Good evening. It is February 6th, 2022, and I wanted to do a quick video about these two incubators that we recently purchased. We wanted to get a couple of smaller incubators that we could just set on a shelf somewhere in our house without taking up too much space and hatch smaller quantities of eggs. And in the past we've always made our own incubators out of ice chest coolers and parts that we got off eBay. And the current one that we have and we've been using for years is a giant ice chest cooler, and I just wanted something that was reliable and a bit smaller. And also I wanted to have built-in thermostat and an egg turner as well. So these two incubators here I purchased from YESCOM and I will leave a link to them in the description. And that is YESCOM, YESCOM. And the square box one over here is the one that I purchased first. And I'm actually reviewing this one today because I've just finished my first hatch with this one. So I wanted to talk about it. I will let you know some information about the second one, but I do not have a review on it yet. So the first one is the 12 egg incubator with the turner that is on their site, and it does come with a removable egg turner. So it sits in there like this. I have it out right now because we just finished hatching eggs, but you can move these dividers around to fit whatever size egg that you are that you're doing. So you can put bigger eggs over here, smaller eggs over there, or you can just accommodate bigger eggs, or you can put them all closer together. It comes with extra little things here so that you can hatch quail eggs, duck eggs, chicken eggs, whatever you need. And then the motor to the turner is at the top. It has a little, see this little thing right there that goes back and forth, and it just hooks into this little thing right here, and it pushes them back and forth every 2 hours. So it does have an LED candler at the top. We have ours in our dining room where we have this big fish aquarium, so it's really bright, so we really weren't able to use that. We just made our own candler like we've always done out of an LED flashlight. But it does have temperature control. It's in Celsius, and it has an alarm. You can set it to where it'll come on based on your settings of how far away from the set temperature it is. It'll come on, and it is only in Celsius, so you just have to figure out what you need on there. And then you just take this out when it's time to hatch. It does not have a humidity gauge or humidity on here. So what we did was it's always at least 45 or above humidity in my house, so I didn't worry about putting any water in these chicken eggs. And I just bought this thermometer from Lowe's to keep an eye on the humidity after we went into the lockdown stage, when I took out the egg turner. So inside of here you can see these last 2 eggs that hatched. There's 2 eggs in the back that I don't believe will hatch. And with this egg turner I was only able to get 8 chicken eggs in this turner. So my chicken eggs are generally around the size of duck eggs. So then it says it does 12 chicken eggs, 8 duck eggs, but with my chicken eggs it would only hold 8. Now if you have banty eggs, or pheasant eggs or quail eggs, of course, you'd probably be able to do 12 banty eggs or 12 pheasant eggs, and quail eggs, of course, you'd be able to do a lot more. But it would only hold 8 large or extra large chicken eggs for me. We did set 8 eggs. Our eggs are pretty fertile out there. We have about 12 to 16 hens and 3 active roosters out there. So we did candle our eggs on day 7 and day 14 and marked them accordingly. And out of the 8 eggs, there was 1 egg that just didn't look like it was developing properly, and one of them looked like it was developing, but it was far delayed from the other 6 eggs. So those 2 eggs are the ones that I don't believe will hatch. I'm going to leave them in there till tomorrow to see if they do. But of the 8 eggs, 6 of them hatched. The last 2 are in there. And they were supposed to hatch on Saturday. Today is Sunday. The first one hatched on Saturday or on Friday, and then these last 2 are hatching on Sunday. So I think that it might be 37.5 is supposed to be 100 degrees Celsius from what I can remember. So I think I'm just going to bump it up to 38 because I think it's just a little bit cooler than what it's supposed to be, since we are having we've had 4 of the 6 chicks hatch the day after that they were supposed to hatch. So generally that's because the temperature is just a bit on the cooler side. So I would definitely recommend this incubator for small scale hatching 8 chicken eggs at a time, or 8 duck eggs at a time. And this one was $58 with free shipping from YESCOM, and it came pretty quickly. So that is the 12 egg incubator from YESCOMUSA.com. And I'll just tell you a little bit about this one. I can't review it yet. I actually haven't even candled the eggs that are in here. So it is the 6th, and we have eggs hatching. I did about 10 chicken eggs in here, and then I also did 6 duck eggs I set them on the same day. So what I will do is I'll take the chicken eggs out of here and use this as a hatcher when they're ready, because they'll be ready a week before the duck eggs to go into the hatcher. And so I'll just use this as a hatcher with this turner out of here. It should be able to fit the 10 eggs in here no problem, or however many make it over here. If there's any that are clear or not developing, of course we won't bring them over there. But this one has a turner, and it has a tray that sits inside of a tray, and it turns the eggs by it just turns them this way and turns it that way, and every 2 hours, and they sit in these little slots. And this is the 30 egg incubator. It also has the temperature thermostat, and it also has humidity, and my humidity, it seems to work, but the second, so this is basically saying it's 60 something %, and this just doesn't show what the one is over here, but I know it's 60 something. So that didn't work. That little number numeric on the ones side of the humidity number doesn't populate, so I know it's in the 60s. It has the settings where you can set the temperature. I haven't heard an alarm. I don't remember if it has an alarm on it or not, but it does have, the one thing it has that this one doesn't is it has the humidity gauge on it. So this one was about $53, so it's a bit cheaper, and it says it holds 30. It's called a 30 egg incubator, and it holds more chicken eggs. And I guess that if you wanted to, you were just using this one, you would be able to take out that little tray on top to stop them from turning once you got into day 19 or 18 of your hatching. So that is the 2 incubators, and I will do another follow-up video on this one. Tonight we're going to candle the eggs that are in here. Like I said, we have some chicken eggs that are due on the 18th, so in about 12 days, so we're about halfway, and we haven't candled these yet. And then we have duck eggs in here as well. So we'll be candling eggs tonight on this one, and when we do get our hatch, I'll do a follow-up and let you know how the hatch rate worked out for the 30 egg incubator from YESCOM.com. And I will take you out and show you the other 4 chicks that we have hatched in this little chicken egg incubator. Okay, we are out in the garage, and the other 4 eggs that I've already hatched, I have set up what I call my small brooder, and I have been using this brooder here for 15 years probably, and all it is a big green tote that got from Walmart or someplace, Kmart or someplace like that. After Christmas, when they had the big old green totes out for everyone to store all their Christmas stuff in, and that's what this is. And I have been using it as a brooder for, like I said, 15 years. And if I only have, you know, half a dozen chicks that I'm gonna be brooding at one time, I will just break this little guy out and use it, because it's plenty enough room for 6 little chicks. And if we have, you know, more than that, like a dozen or whatever, or more, you have probably seen in my other videos that I have a big wooden one that we built out of wood that has hinged tops on them. So here are the little chicks, the 4 little chicks, and that blonde striped one is the one that hatched early, and we knew when we candled him at 7 days that he was way ahead of everybody else. So he might have been, you know, his egg might have been sitting around for a little longer and got a head start. But we did, let's see, 5 brown eggs and 3 green eggs. So the green eggs are Americanas, and out of them we got 3 green eggs and 3 brown eggs that hatched. So the green eggs or blue eggs, whatever, we have some green and some blue, those are Americana or Americana mixes that lay the blue and green eggs. And so we have out there, we have Americana hens, we have black Australorp hens, we've got Buff Orpington, speckled Sussex, we've got, for roosters, we have Pioneer, we have a Pioneer or Freedom Ranger or Buff Orpington rooster, a black Australorp rooster, and then we have a Banny, a mottled Cochin Banny rooster running around, but I don't think that he was the daddy to any of these. And we also have some barred rocks out there too. So I think that one of those, the one with the white on his head, is probably a barred rock. And then, you know, we have a couple of those. These 2 right here are the Americanas. And then these 2 here are out of brown eggs. So that is what we got going on for our hatching our new incubators. And so in a couple of weeks, when the chicken eggs hatch out of the 30 egg red round incubator, I will follow up with you guys and let you know how it went. And at the end of this video, I will just show a clip that I took of my daughter when those last 2 eggs hatched. All right. Well, you guys have a nice night. Like and subscribe. Talk to you later.
Is he hatching? Is he hatching? Is he hatching? He's not hatching.
He's hatching. Oh, yes, he is.
Oh, he is. Yes.
He's out of there.
Oh, his legs are stuck. His legs are stuck. He's struggling. He's struggling. Need help, little buddy? Mom, why can we not help him? Because his legs are stuck.
He'll kick him off.
Can we take him out?
He's got to rest now. No, we can't take him out. He's got to rest. His brother's over here. He's about to zip out.